All right, we are in Zilker Park with David Weinberg from the Save Zilker Park PAC. Tell me about this organization. When did it form and what's the goal?
Sure. So the PAC was formed recently by myself, working together with a lot of other folks in the community who are very worried about this Zilker Park Vision Plan, because we feel like there are parts of this plan which are just very, very unpopular with the public.
And I understand this PAC kind of formed out of a Parks Board meeting that happened a few weeks ago. What happened in that meeting that made you say we need to do something bigger?
Well, we had hundreds of people show up to the Parks Board meeting to urge the commission not to advance the plan, and they went ahead and they did. People have been making a lot of noise about their displeasure with this plan, but we feel like we really needed to take it a step further, because the commission did ultimately vote to advance it on a 7-3 vote.
There are a lot of components: the parking garages, the land bridge, potentially over Barton Springs Road, potentially some pedestrian bridges, I think, over Lady Bird Lake. Why are these elements the wrong direction to go?
Well, I think it's a mixed bag with the plan. The parking garages, though, we feel they're really the wrong direction for the city of Austin, a city that wants to move in a direction of less cars, that wants to move in a direction of doing things for the climate. Why would we be building 3 pretty sizable parking garages? In terms of the amphitheater on the Great Lawn, Austinites already lose this gorgeous space for a lot of the fall when ACL is here and Trail of Lights is here, and I think people like those events. But when you start to get into actually building something permanent on this space, that's where I think it's really a poor decision for the city to be heading.
At that meeting, the Parks Board meeting, we heard some arguments in favor of this plan, essentially saying traffic is increasing here, there's more people, something needs to be done to upgrade the park.
If nothing changes at Zilker Park, visitors will continue to park in the fields and hop the curbs to park under the trees.
We don't want the park to fall into neglect and despair. It's important that we have a plan to ensure another century of enjoyment.
It's so much love and so much traffic, it's starting to damage the park. So if we don't do anything, the park is going to be destroyed.
What do you say to those arguments?
Sure. I think there are a lot of things to say. First of all, I don't think everyone shares the opinion that Zilker Park is being loved to death. Another thing we found in our poll is that 76% of Austinites like the park the way it is. I think we can all agree that we can probably do a better and smarter job moving people in and out of the park on busy summer weekends or some other days of the year when it's really crowded. However, we don't need to do that with parking garages.
Is there a middle ground here? Do you think there's some sort of compromise where you upgrade the park, where you preserve what needs to be preserved without building out some of this other stuff?
I don't feel like right now the city is doing a good faith job of listening to the public and maybe compromising on anything, like a parking garage or an amphitheater or a bridge. It seems like they're going all or nothing. And it's unfortunate that they're taking that approach, but if they're going to take that approach, then, citizens need to make their voices heard to say, no, we really don't want this.
All right, David Weinberg with the Save Zilker Park PAC, thanks for being with us. We appreciate it.
Thank you.